Good morning, Singapore. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Peek out here in Singapore. Yeah, that sounded redundant too. It's okay. All right, I'm good. But I'm excited, you guys. It's 8 o'clock. It's August 1st. Just done with all of my work for the morning. Um, Getting ready to tie up some loose ends, start working on a couple of projects because I have a lot of meetings today. And I'm thrilled, I'm really excited and happy to be working on this because this is everything that I've been working towards. And that's why I named this Nurturing Intelligence. What I've wanted to share with you on this 500th episode, because it's a huge milestone for me, I'm very, very proud. And there's only, the sky's the limit from here. Okay, maybe not the sky, maybe my imagination. But what I wanted to get on here and talk to you about was the fact that this is my fundamental belief. I believe that we are born with all the knowledge of the universe. And as we slowly wake up from this beautiful knowingness of everything, and we start to learn how people communicate and speak the way humans do, and learn the way humans are taught to learn, and know the things that humans are taught are important to know, we kind of forget all of those things that we knew when we first came into the world. That's my belief. I don't know what you believe. It's totally up to you. It's totally fine. But that's my belief. I believe that we all have this inner knowingness. We know we are the universe. The universe resides within us. It's cosmo. It's, the force. It is avatar state. All of that stuff. All of that rolled into one. That's who we are. But as we go to school and learn all of these things and we're taught this is what we need to focus on, this is the way we do things, these are the rules, this is numbers, this is alphabets, this is how we sound out things, the rules for spelling, all those things, it kind of pushes all that big knowledge, that big intelligence to the back of our heads. So we focus on the other things instead, the smaller things. And then we learn to desire material stuff, and we learn to chase material things and status and acknowledgement and attention and all those things. And I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just the way it is at the moment, but I'm here to fight that. So when I say nurturing intelligence, I want you to reawaken. I want you to remember all of those things that we already know. It's innate inside of us. We're not born knowing about emotional intelligence because we don't have the language to speak it that way. We don't have the language to explain it that way. But way back in the beginning, your mama knows when you cry. Your mama knows what every single one of your different cries means. Why? Because you don't have any other way to speak. We have to learn you. You don't learn us. We learn you first, right? I remember when baby girl was small. I remember if I look at the time and, why she's crying, I could figure that out, right? She's crying. I know the time. I know what's been going on so far. I know what she's crying for. What is it she wants? Maybe she's cold. Maybe she's hungry. Maybe she wants to get a diaper. And it wasn't like I knew right away. I had to go through a list of things. I had to learn her. She was teaching me about herself because she knew herself. Something out of place, she's going to cry. Something doesn't feel good, she's going to cry. Until we taught her how to appropriately behave. But those emotions that she felt, that discomfort that she felt, and then she immediately spoke out about it, that's what I want back. I want to go back to that place where I'm comfortable saying what's wrong. I'm comfortable speaking my mind. I'm comfortable telling you I don't feel so good. And then you take me seriously. We are nurturing this emotional intelligence because that is our soul's way of speaking to us. And that is my fundamental belief. We know we've been told it's not appropriate. We've been told it's not PC. We've been told it's not good according to our gender role, according to the role in our marriage, according to the role as a child, as as a parent, as a sibling, all these things. There are so many rules now. We got to jump through a lot of hoops just to feel. And a lot of times when they're big emotions, we're taught to stuff it down. You don't have time for the nervous breakdown you deserve. I want to change all that. I want you to understand who you are. I want you to take everything that happens seriously enough to do something about it. I'm not saying sit there and ponder that one motion forever. I'm talking about this happened. Wow, this really happened. Why did it happen? What was going on when it happened? How do I understand so that this doesn't happen again? How do I understand this emotion and understand the circumstances surrounding it so I know how to avoid or heal from these situations so they don't happen to me the same way again? We learn real quick when it's physical pain. Emotional pain is harder to spot, but it's just as important. They say when someone ignores you, that pain is equivalent to physical pain. It's hard, it's hurtful. Part of that is also what we think about the situation. We dwell on it a little bit. But I need you to understand these things are important. They're important to me, and I think they would be important to you if you understood the power behind understanding. I want to nurture this intelligence. I don't want to tell you what to feel. I want you to learn for yourself what it is that you feel and what's going on around it. I want you to start noticing. It's almost like, I don't know if you watched the TV series Psych. Psych was one of my favorites because he's just crazy and he just noticed everything. It was just amazing. But it didn't happen overnight. His dad used to grill him. Okay, what do you notice? How many hats in the room? Close your eyes. All these crazy things. But he trained that muscle. So he really noticed everything. And imagine if you could notice everything and then understand what that whole picture looks like instead of seeing for the moment at a glance. I'm talking about take in the whole scene. Can you imagine what that would do for your life? You would notice everything. There would be a lot more context to your feelings. You wouldn't really react that much. You would respond better. Because with understanding comes the knowledge of what could happen as a result. If I do this, this would happen. If I do that, that would happen. And just like we're taught how to speak and how to be polite and how to, table etiquette, all that stuff, we're taught all of those things. We need to remember what it means to be part of a collective, what it means to be one human in a race of humans. We need to understand that we affect everyone around us. Whether we mean to or not, it does affect everyone around us. You ever walk into a room and most people are happy and you notice immediately the one person in the corner that's kind of like, meh, pouting, not so happy? So what do you do with that? Do you ignore her or him? Do you go on about your business and be happy with the rest of them? Or are you a little changed by seeing that? They used to say, stop watching TV, there's too much violence, you'll get, you get used to seeing so much violence, it won't bother you anymore. And to a degree, yeah, we see it over and over again, and because it's not real on TV, we are telling ourselves, you know what, you don't need to get worked up, it's just TV, it's staged, it's fake blood. But then what happens when you see it in real life? Do you still feel for the person who lost their life? Do you still feel something because that person is hurt? Does that do something to your compassion? It absolutely does. It changes a lot. I want us to desensitize from what is supposedly normal. I want us to really feel, to really live in the moment, to really enjoy every part of our lives. So on this 500th episode, as I tell you about what I feel when it comes to nurturing intelligence, my fundamental belief is that you know all these things. You do. I'm here to point out what you're missing. I'm here to help you rediscover your life, that force within you, that excitement you used to have as a kid. Because it's still there, it's just been pushed to the side with all the priorities you've been told you're supposed to have. Amassing money was never the goal. Money is a tool. It's not the root of all evil, it's a tool to get to where you want to be, to get to what you've been dreaming of. Now, there are several different ways to look at that. I can be happy without money. I've learned, I've taught myself. So that when I do have money, I'm even more happy than I was before. But my status quo, my baseline, my bare minimum is still happy. I'm happy with what I have. It is an attitude of gratitude. Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but I'm telling you, if when I don't have money, all I focus on is the fact that I don't have money, I'm going to be pretty damn miserable. But if I don't have money, I can focus on, okay, well, do I have time? Well, do I have food? Do I have good company? Do I have something to do? Do I have something I could learn? Is there something I could share? Is there someone I could speak with? Is there music I could make or listen to? Is there somewhere I could just dance? That's so much to be grateful for. And if I focus on the good things, it makes me draw my attention to more good things. I see more good things. I see more smiles. I see more space to be happy. It's a process. I'm not always like this. But when I am, it doubles, it triples, it multiplies because I'm attracting it to me. I'm matching that vibration. And these may sound like woo-woo words to you, but I'm telling you, what is the point of having a bad attitude, actually? Having a bad attitude is, to me, is about resisting. You know what's about to happen. You don't like what's about to happen. You're going to resist it. I don't want, I don't want, I don't want, I don't feel like this sucks. I don't like it. Well, guess what? Then the time drags on, doesn't it? It's exactly what I tell my daughter. You have a bad attitude because I'm asking you to practice your math. You don't want to practice your math because you just came out of school. But if I don't drill this into your head for about 30 minutes, as soon as you come out of school, you're going to find a day where it's difficult for you in class and someone's going to pull you up in front of the class about it. And I'm trying to prevent that. I want you to become really fast with your math. I want it to be easy. I want it to be second nature because then the harder sums, the problem sums become easier to solve. You don't have to work out the problem as in like the keywords and what you're supposed to do and then work out the math. It's easier because you know the math. And if she drags her face and she like gives me some kickback and pushback, what ends up happening? I have to talk her out of that bad mood because I want her to get the work done. That means a lecture. That means she's going to do it wrong a couple times because she's not paying attention. I got to go back and I got to correct her and I got to ask her, hey, what were you thinking? Why did you make this mistake? This is not like you. What happened? And then we got to go through another lecture why her bad attitude is messing with her focus and she can't think straight and just making silly mistakes because what she's trying to do is rush through it. And what she was rushing ended up dragging on and taking 3 times longer than it needed to because she had a bad attitude. She attracted more bad, more uncomfortable, more, I don't like this. But I'm telling you, she can have a bad attitude for a minute, be like, I don't want to do this. Fine, talk to me about it. Let's fix your face and let's go get this done. Because on the other side of that, 30 minutes, let me break it down for you. It's not really even 30 minutes. It's about 4 to 6 pages, which may be 5 sums per page. Not much at all. Not like when we were growing up where we had like 10 or 20 sums per page, all right? It's quick. It wouldn't take very long, but it's repetitive and it will help her brain. It will help that muscle become easier to flex. The same thing with you guys. I want you to notice, yes, you don't like this. I want you to notice where the resistance is coming from, where you're pushing back. What is it you're pushing back against? What are you angry about? What boundary did you have that was violated? Did that person know about that boundary? Do you have a right to be angry for this long? Or can you rectify the situation so it never happens again? Can you tell that person, hey, I don't like it when you do this? This is my boundary. This is the limit of where I feel safe. I don't want you to cross it until I can trust you more. Do you feel comfortable doing those things? That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Nurturing this intelligence is important because we are social creatures. We were not meant to communicate via text, you guys. And each one of our, emojis that we use mean different things to each of us. Unless we sat down and, collectively decided, okay, this is what the eggplant emoji really means. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is the first day of the rest of my life, just like every other day after this. It's my duty, my responsibility to do the most I could possibly do with my life. And I don't take that lightly. I used to be like, another day, another dollar. Same day, same shit, different day. I used to say all that stuff. And some days I still do, depending on my mood. But it takes me a minute and I gotta readjust. I gotta reset. And that's okay too. I don't want to play small anymore. I won't take my life for granted. Because if I can't show my daughter and the people around me what it would be like to push hard every day, push back on everyone else's expectations of me, push through my limitations, if I can't show people it can be done, no matter what the age, I have no business teaching this in the first place. I am my first student. This is where I start. I love you guys. I can't wait for the next 100 episodes. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.